So once I have my cover created up here, page 1, then I'm going to go ahead and move my way into page 2, and I will see if I can start working on these images. And so this big page here, this is just one piece of 8.5 by 11 paper that we're going to print it on, right? And so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna put in my first panel, so we'll show you how to do that. And so what we want to do is we want to click on this text, this rectangle frame tool again, and we want to click on that, and we want to just draw whatever size panel you had. And this is where your layout, like your layout draft, could be really helpful. So let's say my first panel needs to look like this. I know that's what I want there. I could just make the box. And then if I click on it, you can see that it's just, again, it's a content box, but I can actually put a stroke around it. So let's say I want the traditional black line. I can just click on that. And you can see it's put the black line around it. And if I want that bigger, I could make it like a 5-point frame. It can be whatever you want it to be. You can change the color, whatever you want to do. So I can do that, and now I have a frame that I can put an image into, but it has this black border around it, which is going to be perfect for our comic, right? So now I want to switch gears to the white arrow, click on that, and then I want to go to File, and I want to go to Place again, and I just want to find an image of some sort that I can drop in there. So I'm just going to put this image in here for now, just for fun. And you can see if you click on it that thing is way too big. So there are some shortcuts that you can use for this. If you, again, grab the white arrow tool, you can click on that, and you can go to Fitting, and you can say Fill Frame Proportionally. And that'll resize the image so that it kind of fits in there, but kind of proportionally. You can also stretch it. So if, again, that is like a right click or a control click, go to Fitting, and you can change all of that stuff around. You probably don't want to fit the frame to the content because that would have made it huge right then, right? But this keeps your image nice and high resolution. If your image ends up looking like, you know, kind of chunky, like if it ends up not looking, if it looks all JPEG-y, even though you know you have good high resolution images, you can go in here to Window, or I'm sorry, View, and go to Overprint Preview, and it'll give you like a more realistic preview. So if your image is disturbing you because it looks all JPEG'd, just go to View, Overprint Preview, and it will, like right now, if you zoom in on this, it looks real chunky. But if I go to View, Overprint Preview, it'll give me a higher resolution representation. So don't worry if it looks all JPEG. As long as you scanned it in at 150 to 300 DPI, you should be fine. So, all right, so let's say this looks okay, but I want to resize it a little bit just because I kind of want to get more of this one kid cursing at the other one, right? So, and then as long as I'm still using the white arrow tool, all I'm doing is moving that object around inside the frame, right? If I switch over to like the black arrow tool now, and I click on it, it's just going to move this whole, it's going to move the whole entire thing around, which may or may not be what you want. So, and again, you can decide too how tight you want your borders to be and all of that. I'm just sticking with some nice clean white borders. So now I have my first panel, and I can build more panels now if I want. So I can click here, and I can build, you know, another one like that, and go through and do the same thing, you know, 5-point stroke on it, and then drop and just keep dropping. Another thing you can do is you can click on them and copy them. So copy, Command C, Command V, and you can copy and paste. So, and all I'm doing is just building out the boxes that I'm going to end up filling up with my comic, right? It's pretty exciting. So once you get your images placed, so you just would keep going. You would grab your white arrow tool, click on the box that you want to put something in, go up to File, Place, and find another thing that you want to drop in there. Oops, wrong button, sorry. Okay, and then I could control click on that and fit it in there as best I can, so maybe fill the frame proportionally. There you go. And so I could just keep going, and I could just drop all of those images that I've already scanned in and fill up the pages here and just keep building out my comic. So you want to just do that. You want to go in and take your time and tweak your adjustments and all that kind of stuff, and make sure that you get your page layout the way you want. If you wanted to, you could even take like your whole layout and just scan that in and place it behind this on a layer. And then if you ever want to create a new layer, you can click here. So I could have my page layout underneath everything else and just kind of serves as a guide. and then I could just turn that eyeball off or delete it when I was done. So lots of different ways that you can set up how to do this, but you just want to build out the rest of your 8 pages so that all the images are in the right spots. And then once you're done with that, we'll come back again and we'll start adding text boxes and balloons and putting in the word balloons for your dialogue and all that kind of stuff.